What's going on, guys? So I completely agree with what's his name, Michael Patcher, Preacher, Patcher, Michael, Mike. I don't know what his name is. But he's the guy who always has the really weird predictions on prices, certain games, content. He's a pretty well-known person if you're into following predictions. I guess I don't know. But I fully agree with what he's talking about with the PS5 and the price point. People are talking about, oh, it's gonna cost X amount, and usually their X amount is under 500, and they're not even utilizing Sony's history. Meaning they're pretty much just like, oh, it's gonna cost this amount because Sony understands everything. No, this company doesn't understand anything. Boo boo. Let's talk about what I mean when it comes to understanding. This is the same company that very well put out a handheld that failed due to not understanding how to price it. I mean, there were also other factors like, um, for instance, overcharging in highway robbery for memory cards that were irrelevant before the damn thing came out. There were a lot of factors, but pricing played into a high reason as to why people just did not buy the PS Vita. It has to do a lot with pricing. Are you going to pay $400 or $500 for just a regular PS4, or are you going to pay that $400 for a PS Vita that doesn't come with anything? I mean, for Christ's sakes, my PS4 cost $400, but it came with a game. PS Vita didn't come with a memory card. It didn't come with anything but the system and a plug-in. You could buy a bundle and get a game with it, but the cost of the memory cards were still a factor. The overall cost for 2012 when the PS Vita came out, you bought the Vita itself, that was like $200 fucking dollars. If you bought the bundle, it was like $250. The memory cards in 2012 were outrageous. I mean, I think in 2012, the 64 gig, especially because you had to get it, sent to your house. They didn't carry these at GameStops. No, no, no. They were exclusive to Japan. So we had to import memory cards to get a decent size uh, memory card for the damn Vita, and that could run you anywhere between $100 to $150. So right out the gate, you're already over $300, and that's just for the system by itself. $300, you could get a PS3, or even in 2019 a PS4. That's way too much money for a handheld. Sony, I do follow and I do agree with the people who say the PS5 is going to be overpriced because of your history. You did it with the PS3, you did it with the PS Vita, you've done it in the MP3 market, the Blu-ray market. You have overpriced everything, and even when you are tied for the price between your product and like Samsung, or your product versus anyone else, it's still a better buy to go with the competition. Okay, I've said this before. When I bought my fucking 1080p Samsung television, there was a 1080p Sony television sitting right next to it for the exact same amount. Now, why did I go with Samsung? Because even though it cost the same, the Samsung had more features. So, Sony, even when you are priced at the same as your competition, you offer less features. This isn't something I'm pulling out of my ass. This is something that you can go and see for yourself right now. In the middle of 2019, you can go and see that shit right now. Right now. Hey, let me go ahead and look at the price of a Sony television compared to that of a Samsung. Even if it's the exact same price, Samsung just offers more. Okay? Sony, either offer the same or cut the fucking price. I'm telling you, money and Sony just don't get along. They don't understand money. They don't understand their customers and how money works. They don't get it, so I will agree with this. Yes, the PS5 is going to be the most expensive piece of hardware when it comes out. And like I said, I'm pulling this from their history. I'm not just making this up. This is something you can legitimately go look for. After the hype of MP3 players died down, you're looking at a company who released the MP3 player for $1,000. Let's talk about how this company gets money. Let's talk about how they understand their customers and how they spend money. Let's talk about it. I'm out.